Birmingham City 1, Stoke 1, Bristol City 1, West Brom 1, Coventry 0. Well, now the national weather forecast with Suzanne Charlton.
Good evening. Well, after yesterday's stormy weather, we've seen a lull in the winds today, but more wet and windy weather will be moving into the British Isles for tomorrow. We can get an indication just why on the satellite picture. Here, the dappling of shower cloud of today, but this thick area, flat-looking cloud out in the Atlantic has begun to show signs of developing a few bumps, and that's the first signs of a new low-pressure area. It will be moving up towards the country, strong winds and heavy rain wrapped around it just in time for Thursday. But for tonight, it's just some showers. I say just some showers, some pretty heavy ones. Hail and thunder mixed in with them. Sleet and snow, especially over the hilly regions. But they're really around the west coast and regions and down around the south coast too. Inland, dry and clear, but cold. Some icy roads are likely. There will be a frost in many regions overnight tonight. It does mean that Thursday will start out bright and cold. Still some showers around, a good deal of fine sunny weather in eastern districts, but then in come the changes. Through the morning, strong or gale-force southeast winds forcing their way in, along with some heavy bursts of rain into the southwest. And then that rain really gets a move on. Accompanied by gale-force southeast winds, the wet weather moving right across England and Wales. And then later in the day, arriving over Northern Ireland and Scotland, and here especially over the hills, turning to sleet and to snow as well. At the end of the day, there'll still be some rain left across southeastern districts, but we'll see a change in the afternoon. From Wales and the Midlands down through to the southwest, we'll see sunshine and showers taking over from the wet weather. It will remain windy, but the wind will change direction. Gales from the southwest instead down here later on in the day. And of course, with the strength of the winds, it's going to feel quite cold yet again. Looking ahead to Friday, the low pressure moves away, as do the weather fronts, so we're back into sunshine and showers once again. Again, heavy, thundery, mostly in the west, some with sleet and snow over the hills. And another low pressure area for Saturday. So starting out bright, then the rain forcing its way quickly northwards, clearing during Sunday, and the showers back. Rain and wind one day, sunshine and showers the next.
Derek O'Connor is the murderer. Anita Dobson is his wife. And David Heyman is her lover.
Nothing. It's just cold in here, really cold.
Hey, come on, he can't see us.
So there is no doubt.
You want to bet?
Ghosts. Saturday, 9:15, BBC One.
The day of the Triffids might be closer than you think now on BBC One, as David Attenborough stalks the plants which are poisonous, carnivorous and invisible.
Blood and water.
But those are dying away overnight. Most places are becoming dry and clear. There'll be a widespread frost away from the south. Icy patches anywhere north of about London. 1 or 2 patches of fog as well. Temperatures as low as -4 or -5 in the Glens. A frosty start tomorrow, but a sunny start just a bit everywhere. Light winds to a lovely morning, generally speaking. Temperatures creeping up steadily. During the course of the afternoon, though, becoming windy in the west. Eventually, by midnight tomorrow night, some rain getting into western parts of Scotland and western parts of Northern Ireland. The rest of us are staying dry, although clouding over in the north and west as we go through the afternoon into the evening. Light winds everywhere to start with. But those big arrows show freshening winds getting into the west. Those are the average winds at lunchtime tomorrow. And after that frosty start, not too bad by the afternoon. About normal or above normal in places. 6 over Scotland, 8 over Northern Ireland, that's 46, 7 to 9, 45 to 48 degrees Fahrenheit over England and Wales. And then this narrowing band of rain will push across the country during the course of Friday, followed by cloudy conditions and showers becoming very mild. And then on Saturday, probably even milder in places with a lot of dry weather with sunshine at times. Some drizzly rain pushing up into the southwest during the course of Saturday. And then a lot of cloudy weather in the west on Sunday with some drizzle, dry and very mild, 13 Celsius in the east.
I'm Judith. You must be Craig. If you'd like to get undressed, we'll get started.
No, it's weird. You probably know my body more intimately than my wife.
I probably do.
When massage of the body becomes manipulation of the soul. Ghosts. Saturday, 9:15.
This isn't you. This isn't you at all.
BBC One.
It is from now on.
Close range shot, left side under ribs. Yeah, it's no suicide, is it?
A false accusation.
The police think it's murder and he's the prime suspect.
And a false diagnosis.
I made an assumption.
God,
wish I'd been on call.
I don't want any favours, Paul.
But when deception's close to home...
It was a complete accident. If we tell the police, they think we did it.
I thought you and your father were very close.
The truth can be difficult to bear.
Nancy, how can I talk to you?
Dangerfield, Friday 9:30, BBC One.
On the Sports Night agenda in 50 minutes, World Championship Boxing, European Figure Skating and a look ahead to this weekend's Five Nations Rugby. Before that, on BBC One, courting disaster in the name of survival, the plants who'll stop at nothing in the social struggle.
There's a double bill of pain and pleasure Tuesdays on BBC Two. Dawn French commits murder most horrid at 9 o'clock, but to get away with the perfect crime, you need a full run of disguises.
I think a touch of henna and some of those old-fashioned grey highlights will have you looking like Kilroy silk in no time.
And a steady partner who understands your ambitions.
Never happy till you've made it on Crime Watch, are you?
Then at 9:30, a repeat dose of cardiac arrest.
I didn't take it to CCU for temporary pacing.
No, I thought I'd do it here with a rusty coat hanger and an old car battery.
So settle down with a cuppa for an hour of fun and pain tomorrow night on BBC Two.
In 10 minutes, Horizon examines the way ahead for human growth hormone. Can it fight wasting in AIDS patients, make athletes perform better, and the elderly feel younger? Frank Skinner reveals the state of play in Milan now on BBC Two. He's taken a travel show shortcut.
This week on Travel Show Shortcuts, fantasy footballer Frank Skinner goes on a cultural free transfer to Milan, where the shopping and Sopranos rate just as highly as the soccer.
The Italians are famous for three things. They're fashionable, they're fanatical about football, and I'm told they're great lovers. Frank Skinner is only one of these things, but thanks to a weekend trip to Milan for the big match, he's picked up a few tips on the other two.
Set right up in the thigh of Italy, Milan is the country's celebrated design capital and home of some of the most passionate football fans in the world.
Frank set his video and donned his West Brom away kit for a heart-thumping trip.
Italy, the only place in the world where it's possible to look cool on a scooter. So, I'm in Milan and this is the mighty San Siro Stadium. This time Sunday afternoon I'll be here watching Milan versus Lazio. The original stadium was built in the 1950s, but after a massive overhaul for the 1990 World Cup, it now holds 83,000 people and looks like something out of Star Trek. Phew, my kind of tourist attraction. Of course, the San Siro isn't the only place of worship in Milan. I like a nice church. This is the Duomo, the third biggest cathedral in the world. And if you can hear a sort of a strange squawking, squelching noise, that's what happens when you try to walk through pigeons and look into camera at the same time. OK, it's got some interesting architecture. When I was walking through the Galleria, Milan's famous old shopping arcade, I came across their own version of the bull ring. The locals believe if you grind your heel into the right bit of old Taurus here, you get to make a wish. Now that is the look of someone with the worst job in the world.
Oh, wow. It's a magic security pass. Right, so here we are at Milanello, the AC Milan training camp, yeah?
behind me is arguably the greatest club side in the world, worth millions of pounds, having what they call a training session, what we used to call headers and fancy kicks when I was at school. I'm hiding here because obviously if they see this shirt they'll be quaking in their boots, so I don't want to put them off their stroke. But I want to see if I can get a bit closer. I must remember to tell old Taurus about this. Right, now this is Ruud Gullit on his way here, one of the most famous footballers in the whole world. Probably recognise the shirt instantly, right? Hello.
Hello? What is this?
Photograph.
Oh.
Could I have a quick snap? I wanted to get me photo taken with some of the star players. It's easy enough to recognise Ruud, what with his dreadlocks and all, but in some cases, I think I might have slipped up. And Taurus granted me two other wishes. One, to be that stupid bloke who stands at the back when people are being interviewed. And secondly, to get some fashion advice from one of the trendiest players in football.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Will it go with
the
the
only
hair?
thing bad is this, not because of the sponsor, but no, it has no sense, you know, this white, you know.
Oh, right. Right. But they sell very nice cars, I understand.
Yeah, that is possible, you know, but it doesn't fit with the colours, you know.
Oh, God.
That's the only bad thing.
They'll be very upset to know that you said
yeah,
that.
can't help it, but...
Anyway, I better not keep you in the rain
But what
too
I
much.
like more, you know,
Oh, yeah.
is this...
This?
Yeah,
You like this?
it's not printed, you know, but it's stitched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's
okay.
Oh, I like the style, and we've got a little thrush on these.
Yeah, but this is okay.
This is looking good.
This is very nice.
So, with rude sartorial advice still ringing in my ears, I set off for the Via Monte Napoleone, the very heartland of fashionable Milan, to check out the autumn collection of Gianni Versace. Hey, looking good. What a nice place. Ooh, it was like finding yourself in a Grattan's catalogue. Nice. Self-basting, apparently. I wonder if they'd embroider me a thrush on this. What do you think?
I like it.
Right, so I've done a bit of designer shopping. I've been drawn into Milan's consumer society, and I spent 70 quid on this. Right, so let's just see if it works, shall we? Bargain. Now, the Italian games are played on Sunday, but it was Saturday afternoon and I had to have my football fix. That's why I paid a visit to the Osteria del Polone, a football bar in Milan's Canal district. It was a very impressive place, just missing one vital ingredient. I don't know what it is, but I always feel at home on a towpath. This is a very romantic area, popular with artists and art collectors. In fact, the canals themselves were designed by Leonardo, presumably before he started playing for Brazil.
West Bromwich Albion 1, Grimsby Town 1. In Division 2, Bournemouth 1, Chester City.
In the evening, I headed for La Scala, home of Italian opera, obviously an occasion which called for my more formal evening wear. When it's a big opening night, I always like to go for the home kit. A little bit more sober than the green and yellow. Oh, and I decided to take Ruud's advice about the sponsor's logo. Oh, no, this isn't right. I think I've ended up in the moat. It was a goalless first half, but just watching the Italian crowd was an experience in itself.